Welcome. There'll be nothing funny here. I wanted to take this opportunity to speak on certain baseline principles that run across my channel. First and foremost, you will have to forgive me in the way that I record. I do like to use a sort of archaic form of recording. I like to move around when I talk. Don't like standing in one place. Helps the mind flow. There's a certain level of spirituality that cuts across this page, but there's also a certain level of experimentation and study on all levels, being the way that the videos are shared, the way that the videos themselves are interpreted, the comments generated, the comments that are generated from those comments, and the interaction thereof. These are all things that many people who come to this channel come to observe a certain aspect of one's insight, a gap of sorts. There was a study done where people said they went to Disneyland, They went to Disneyland and they saw Power Rangers. And all of a sudden they have these memories like, yeah, and Power Rangers was at Disneyland, and all of these other ideas that stemmed from this one singular lie. Because Power Rangers is not a property of Disneyland. It's not a property. It's an idea. You understand? The human mind is so simple, so simplified, that just a mere suggestion creates all of these sub-ideas. And I just butchered that example. It's not really, wasn't really Power Rangers. I can't remember the specific example, but I may link the video. This idea of suggestion. Now, when it comes to spirituality and when it comes to amplifying one's spirituality, you do have to understand that this is all digital. There is no interaction with spirit, i.e., us being in the same room, sitting at a table. I've heard that meeting me is very scary in real life, which is why I've chosen more work and seclusion for my own self. I do not mean to be so scary and cryptic. Make no mistake. There's those who have certain selected powers, certain selected spiritual chakras that one exists here and exists on the outside of this spiritual boundary, spiritual reality. You understand that? Dual chakras. Most of these people are transgender and quasi-human. They alter the human bodies. They embrace both masculine and feminine chakras simultaneously. It's very hard to control. Look at the suicide rates of these amongst those aforementioned people. There's a reason why they're killing themselves and those of the like. Those who are forced to either choose masculine or feminine because they do not understand the base spiritualities. This base spirituality is discussed across all religions. Yet in the Christian realm, and especially the American Christian realm, many of the old rituals have been lost in translation and replaced with Jehovah's Witness or Calvinist or Mormon baseline faiths, which mix with Native American spirituality. All across the world, there are different points of spirituality. The Egyptians tried to unite this tens and tens of thousands of years ago. They tried to unite the world with spiritual pyramids to amplify all of spirituality and bring it in unison, human to earth. Naturally, there were islands that connected ancient Egypt to South America. This is something that Plato himself, Socrates used to discuss and postulate about all those thousands of years ago. This is why certain South American drugs are found in Egyptian tombs, but this is not a place to discuss drugs. What you must understand is that purity of body must be understood first before you can delve into any of these drugs, especially man-made drugs. I tried very hard for a few years to get the message out that the bleach and the sugar and bleach in the white milk and certain other drugs that are in baseline foods, flour, especially bleached flour, these are already drugs that you abuse your bodies with. You understand this? You have to purify yourself of that first and foremost before you can even begin to. You understand? It's just longer than I would like it to be. We will meet again here soon.